meals, that can be a sign that the food is not digesting fast enough. It's staying in the stomach too long. It's producing too many, it's creating acids of its own because of it sitting around in the 98.6 degree internal body temperature. So, you can still have stomach pain after eating in between meals. So that's also a sign of needing enzymes. The stomach is not functioning properly enough. Tightness, tightness in through the stomach area or the abdominal area. Heartburn, upper abdominal pain, and really fast digestion is incomplete digestion. So if you eat and it's coming out really, really quickly, you're still not. That's a sign of incomplete digestion as well. You just don't have enough time for the nutrients to be absorbed through the digestive tract if the transit time is just about immediate. So, and a lot of times if the digestive tract is over acidity and, you're not breaking things down and everything moves through the digestive tract so quickly, when you get rid of that, say after lunch, it's not breakfast, it's lunch. After breakfast, you eliminated breakfast. That is too quick. And you can get into malnutrition problems that way because of it moving through the system so quickly. So that down is by doing the enzymes. Another thing that can affect stomachs with ulcers is the H. pylori bacteria. And that causes ulcers, and it can lead to, be the problem with some of the intestinal disorders. It can lead to stomach cancer. And there's a product called Gastro Health that is specifically used for eliminating the H. pylori bacteria in the stomach. And medical field, they'll write you a prescription for it, but you get a prescription of an antibiotic to kill it. Yeah, you'll get it killed off, but then you've killed off the good bacteria in the rest of the intestinal tract. And so now you've got a candida situation growing out of control, fungus out of control, and all kinds of things going on from that. And there's a lot written and there's a lot researched on fungus being at the base of a lot of cancers. So another reason to keep that, the cannot eliminate it. There are from antibiotics in the digestive tract. There are some strains of good bacteria as well as bad bacteria. And the bad bacteria in small, minute amounts was needed, with the good bacteria. And there's some of those that they are completely eradicated from our digestive tract over the years of too many antibiotics. And remember that even though maybe you don't take a lot of antibiotics, the thing is that if you have commercially raised meat in your diet, you're getting antibiotics from that commercially raised meat. So it's so important for it to have the to be grass. Okay, there's another formula. Another formula for the stomach is it's called anti-gas, and that's actually a really good herbal combination that used to just be called AGX, And since it helps so much with bloating and gassiness, they just called it the anti-gas formula. They renamed it, and I think AGX was a much better name. It covers so many things from a standpoint of digestion, but it's an herbal combination. And prior to, about age 35, we want to use as much herbal things as we can to bring that into balance. We don't really want to get into using a lot of enzymes prior to age 35. Enzymes, there can be sometimes the body can stop making them if you're substituting and taking enzymes in all the time. So it's better, excuse me, it's better to try to rebuild those from a natural standpoint. Liquid chlorophyll, it's made from alfalfa. That helps to balance the pH in the stomach and through the small intestine. High in all the minerals and trace minerals. Colostrum, again, that is we're the beginning of enzymes, and lactase enzyme is introduced into the intestinal tract for the digestion of dairy products. And then the food enzymes, if you're over 35, the food enzymes, they do have ox bile in them. So if you're a vegan, it's not a product that vegans will embrace at all because of the ox bile. But it's needed, those bile salts. Those bile salts are needed to convert fat into water soluble so the body can get rid of it. So one food enzyme capsule, one capsule at the beginning of a meal. Don't take your enzymes after your meal. We need everything in the bottom of the stomach so that when it passes through that first phase and makes it into the stomach, and it gets into that hydrochloric acid pool, you can break the food down. So you want to take your enzymes at the beginning of the meal. So one food enzyme has the ability to digest down 30 grams of carbohydrates, 30 grams of protein, and 20 grams of fat. And if you really look at that, that's a lot. That's a lot, especially 30 grams of protein and 20 grams of fat. That's a lot for just one capsule. We'll break that down. 30 grams of carbohydrates, some people can exceed those pretty good. If they have 2 pieces of bread, there you go. But, anything more than the 2 pieces of bread, you throw something else in with that, chips or something like that, you're needing hopefully that's not what you're doing, but if in the meantime you are, and you need enzymes to help break all that down, start working on changing the way that you eat. I want to talk a little bit about the liver. It is part of the digestive tract, and it is what's responsible for taking care of everything that we're exposed to, whether we ingest it, put it on our skin, breathe it in. Ultimately, the liver is going to process that. So, in the part of the digestive tract with the liver, it has to do as well with regulating the enzymes in the body. So it's non-digestive. It's digestive functions. We'll do first and then do the non-digestive functions. The digestive functions, they manufacture the bile, which is used in the small intestines for the digestion and the absorption of fats. Then non-digestive functions it's responsible for the production of plasma proteins. So that's antibody production and anticoagulant production. That all takes care of if if you're clotting and everything, the blood, that all takes place in the liver. Destruction of worn-out red blood cells and dead bacteria. Detoxification of body acids and metabolic wastes. Glucose balance in the blood through glucose balance in the blood through the ability to store or release the sugar into the blood. So it regulates how quickly that storage of sugar, the liver regulates when that sugar is needed to be released into the bloodstream. So that process is done by the liver as well. So the liver also stores, storage of vitamins, especially the fat-soluble vitamins, which are A, D, and E. It stores vitamin K as well, along with copper and iron. So, when the liver is in an acute condition, you'll find that in the morning, if that liver is taxed and it's acute and you have some discomfort there and it's kind of working into overdrive. You'll find in the morning that when your temperature is higher at night, and then your temperature is really low in the morning, so you feel really cold. That can also be indicative of iodine and thyroid function as well. So infection can be possible with the temperatures being low in the morning. Dizziness, a lot of headaches and dizziness have to do with the liver. Liver controls and regulates the cholesterol. If your bloodstream becomes highly acidic and you get into acidosis, that is also has to do with the liver. Heavy consumption or heavy concentrations of metals, so your aluminum. Just use an aluminum foil with your food. You get aluminum onto your food, covering food up with aluminum foil. Baking in aluminum, not good. Don't bake food in aluminum. Don't wrap potatoes in foil. It's aluminum. It leaches out onto the skin. It's soft. It makes its way into the potato. So that's not healthy at all. No, it's not good. The other thing is cooking in aluminum pans. That leaches into the food. And so, liver has so much to do. You don't want it storing all the fluoride from the toothpaste, all the aluminum from the cooking utensils and aluminum foil, mercury that's in the silver amalgam fillings. That off gas, it always continues to off gas. And the residue of those toxins stored in the liver. So it's really good to, start the morning with some hot lemon water and some hot water and squeeze half of a lemon in it. If you suspect that you've been exposed to, heavy metals, activated charcoal is good. Just don't take that with other vitamins. You'd want to take like an activated charcoal in between meals, or take 4 of them in the evening. And what that does is that absorbs those heavy metals and helps to pull them out and safely get them detoxed out of the body. So that's activated charcoal. And it's really reasonably priced too. It's on kingdomofhealing.com. The gallbladder, so if you still have your gallbladder, if you don't have your gallbladder, then it's good to add not only with the food enzymes, but to add a high lipase enzyme as well. If you don't have the gallbladder, that's where the bile that the liver produces, that's where it's held, is in the gallbladder. So if the gallbladder's been removed, you want to make sure that you add that high lipase. And, in a digestive situation like that, even if you're 25, and you've had your gallbladder removed,